Hi everyone. Today we're going to make chicken paprikash or paprikas kesirke. I don't even know which is the real and proper name for this dish. One thing's for sure, it's one of my favorite dishes. I've always liked stews, especially chicken stews with sour cream, so chicken paprikash is my favorite. As you can see, the ingredients are already here, and of course, I'll be mentioning and measuring them as we go. Here's my scale as well, so we can slowly get started. So we've got tomato oil, bell pepper, onion, garlic, paprika powder, salt, pepper, cumin, sour cream, flour. And for the thickening, of course, you need the chicken, which is essential, right? So these are the things I've prepared. Here you can see 3 onions and 6 to 8 cloves of garlic. What we're going to start with is heating up the oil, and then we'll saute the onions in it a little bit. And what else would I use to chop the onions with if not my favorite chopper? I swear I always look forward to cooking just so I can use this little gadget. It even calms my nerves. I think it's really satisfying to watch too. Have you ever bought one of these, by the way? I'm really curious to know who has already bought one, maybe even because of these videos. Look how nicely it chops the onion. So the onion goes into the preheated pot. By the way, I'm cooking outside on the terrace now. The weather is really nice, and I thought, why cook inside the apartment when I can cook outside in such good weather? I have this little electric hot plate, and that's what I usually use to cook food out here on the terrace. I didn't want to make this in a cauldron now, but actually chicken paprikash might not be best in a cauldron anyway, though I haven't tried it yet, so maybe I should give that a try too. I've already added the paprika a bit, and in the meantime, I'm sautéing it a little as well. It's not that good anymore. Actually, this hot plate doesn't heat up as well as it used to. We just realized this with my mom. We'll have to buy a new one because this one's pretty old. And now the chicken can go in. Of course, I washed these thoroughly beforehand, and now you need to toss them a bit in this onion oil as well, just so the chicken gets a little color. But it doesn't need to be cooked through, okay? So that's not the point, just that it gets a little seared. You see, that's why this dish is called purkled. You can see roughly like this that it has already gotten some color. Now you can add the tomato as well, and I'll mix it in a bit too. And now it's almost time to add the spices. We'll start with paprika, of course. I always mention that this is a fat-soluble spice. Then salt, pepper, and caraway seeds will also go in. I usually use ground caraway, but I didn't have any at home now, so I'll add it whole. But that's okay, because at the end I'll blend it all together anyway. For me, chicken paprikash is the kind of dish that I always blend with an immersion blender so that the sauce becomes really nice and silky. But I thought, since you can see what I'm doing with each ingredient anyway, we could talk a little about the history of this dish. So, chicken paprikash is perhaps one of the most Hungarian dishes I can imagine. It's honestly my favorite. But did you know that paprika isn't even native to Hungary? It arrived in Hungary in the 16th to 17th centuries, and only later did it become one of the most important spices in our cuisine. Yet I think that we Hungarians might believe that we invented paprika, since I feel like we put paprika and garlic in just about everything. In village homes, chicken was the most readily available meat, so it was almost natural that one of the most popular paprika dishes was made from it. Paprika sauce with onions finished with sour cream, and of course, unforgettable nokedli on the side. We're going to make it this way too because without it, it's just not the same. But of course, many people like it with pasta, or when you don't feel like making nokedli, it can be a great dish with pasta as well. By the end of the 19th century, it was already on the menu in elegant restaurants. For example, Karoli Gundel was also famous for it, and that's where this dish began its world tour. Today it's known everywhere as Hungarian chicken paprika. I don't think there's a Hungarian family where it hasn't been made at least once. It's simple yet special, just like Hungarian cuisine itself. In the 18th and 19th centuries, if someone said paprikas, it didn't refer to just one dish, but to a whole family of cooked dishes seasoned with paprika. There could be paprikas made with fish, veal, beef, or even mushrooms. By the way, I think you can still find all of these on the menu in every kitchen to this day. In the 20th century, it became a regular Sunday lunch in almost every household. Housewives often made it from freshly slaughtered backyard chickens, and the dumplings were also handmade to go with it. At our place too, I think the classic breaded cutlet and chicken paprikash were both common dishes when I was a child. And actually, I still make them a lot now, and the kids really love them as well. But here's a little interesting fact about sour cream. In the past, sour cream was considered a luxury item. In poorer households, they usually just had a thick sauce without any sour cream. That's actually how I make it too. By the way, If you look at this very thick sauce, of course I will add sour cream to it later. When urban bourgeois cuisine became widespread, the flavor was completed with a sour cream thickening. And honestly, I have no idea how I'm going to translate abaraz into English. Abroad, it's often cooked with cream or butter because Hungarian sour cream isn't available everywhere. Practically everywhere I've been abroad, you could only find single cream and double cream in the stores, which really aren't quite the same as Hungarian sour cream. In some places, it's served as chicken paprikash alongside pasta or rice, but the real Hungarian version is always made exclusively with nokedli dumplings. In several Hungarian cities, such as Szeged and Kalocsa, chicken paprikash cooking competitions are held, where local paprika growers also showcase the very best varieties of the spice. In the meantime, please forgive the fact that there's chicken paprikash everywhere in the kitchen, and soon enough flour will be spilling from the bowl, because my little daughter helped me with the filming, or sometimes she was the one mixing the roux with her little hands, so it turned out the way it did. But of course, that doesn't change the taste at all. It's important to me that they practice this. See, this is what I'm talking about, having them practice cooking too, and she does it really well. I once read somewhere that the true mark of a good Hungarian housewife was whether she could make a good chicken paprikash. Apparently, there used to be competitions for this in the past. Well, then, I guess I'm putting myself to the test in this competition now. By the way, this is also one of those recipes that many people make in many different ways. You see what I'm doing now, right? I've mixed the flour with the sour cream. I usually put in a lot of sour cream. This time I might have put in a bit more flour than usual, but that's okay. It won't taste floury. Basically, I added about 4 or 5 tablespoons of flour. And the main point of this is always to mix this floury sour cream with the actual stew sauce and then pour it back into the rest of the sauce, of course. Then soon I will put the chicken pieces I took out back in, then bring the whole dish to a boil again, and basically it's done. We can start making the nokedli, which I will upload a separate video about because nokedli is a side dish and you will always be able to find it separately on the channel if you want to try it out or make it yourselves. Now the chicken thighs go back in. So let me know how you usually make this dish, or if you've never made it before and tried it now, how did it turn out for you? I really hope that my dear foreign viewers will be brave and try making this wonderful Hungarian dish at home. It's okay if you use double cream, the taste will be similar, but you can make it with either sour cream or regular cream. Well, the nokedli is ready, and now all that's left to do is serve it. It turned out incredibly delicious. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Come back next time too.